Hello and welcome to D&D Re-Imagined, where we play an altered version of D&D. Our story has a group of people going to a school for those that don't have control over their powers, whether their power is over shadows, plants, or ice. Before we get into it though, let's do a quick recap of what happened last session. The group each went on their own adventure around the school. Edwin visited the on-campus supply store, finding a certain dryad had caught themselves on fire. Daffodil went to the Tower of Sight and met a succubus and got to look at her home real quick, finding some old memories there. Adder went to find Sue, who was hunting spider goats outside of school grounds. Meanwhile, Becca and Avery went to the library. It was disappointingly small at first until they found out each wall had portals to more books. There, Avery read about spirits and their connections. From there, the entire party met up at the Mud Coliseum to train their combative abilities. However, before this got started, Adder heard the familiar voice of Reggie telling Adder he'd be there to save the day soon. With that, they're in combat against muddy humanoids and Ergo has been punched by Reggie. Let's get to it! Okay, so we were in combat last time we were playing. Reggie had popped out of the side of the mud stadium and punched Ergo about 40 feet down. And Ergo had taken a substantial amount of damage from that hit. And
they're fucking dead.
They're like getting up off of their floor and they're like looking up at Reggie and they're like, okay, I'll handle this, everybody stay back from... And you look and their fur is starting to change color. It's going from those like tortoiseshells to more of like darker shades of like gray, and there's almost like a underlying green coming forward from it. Up first is Daffodil.
Okay, so Ergo told us to stay back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and... I'm gonna cast fucking Dark Orb on Reggie.
Okay.
I'm gonna Dark Orb Reggie. So Daffodil just like whips her tails forward really quick in front of her, and between them, this orb starts to grow. And it just shoots out towards Reggie with a 14.
That's not gonna hit.
Okay, it splashes on the ground next to Reggie and leaves a shadow.
Okay. Wonderful. Roll me for wild magic, please.
Ooh. Oh, it's a 2 now, because I've rolled it once before.
Yeah.
14.
You're good. Okay. After you throw that shadow ball and it just hits beside Reggie, it is now the monster's turn as these clay humanoid figures are like running forward, and they're both going to attack Edwin.
Oh, really quick, what does my plant armor do?
Your plant armor. I was gonna save them as surprises, but everybody else knows. Upon allies receiving damage, you have 2d6 of stored HP you can give to others for free.
So if somebody's taking 3 HP, I can roll 2d6 and then be like, okay, that's my health pool I can give to others?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll that d6 now. Unless you're rolling them.
No, you can go ahead and roll them.
Okay.
I'd feel bad if I rolled them and then I got like 2 1s and I was like...
It's okay. I got you. I got 1.
Yeah. That's a natural 20 to hit Edwin.
Oh no.
Yes. That'll miss.
Yes.
Kidding. Kill me.
I rolled max damage.
Oh my God.
Reggie is...
Okay, that's actually,
destroying
I'm almost
me.
definitely down.
Four?
We're still level 1, right? I have 12 HP. I'm almost definitely down.
All right. So it was going to be a 10 points of damage.
Oh, good.
-4 off of that because these beautiful flowers start to sprout up underneath you and kind of like go around you as you get hit with this golem, and like it just slugs you across the face, and like you're just like barely still standing, just like looking up at it as it's a really solid punch, and the other one's gonna go for a hit on you too.
Oh, good.
That's a natural 18.
That will hit, unless they have like a minus, like 3 or whatever.
Close, but not quite. You're gonna take 6 points of damage.
Edwin goes down.
Oh no!
As this next one comes up, it just like does like a horrible like double-handed downswing onto Edwin while Edwin's distracted with the fucking sucker punch.
What's horrible too is that like a round ago Edwin was like, yeah, I'm doing great.
When Edwin gets hit with this next hit, Edwin disappears. Becca, it is your turn.
Look, I don't think he would like die.
He had cool hair.
His hair was alright, yeah.
Sure, it's perfectly all right. Well, Professor, are you certain you do not need any assistance over there?
I will be fine.
Hi, Reggie. Boss.
Know him?
Yeah, that's Reggie.
Well, that's all right then. I suppose it's just a demonstration.
Feel right.
Well, I'm not certain, but I know I did not come all this way to be a poor sport, so I suppose I will participate. Very nice work with that magic there, dear, Daffodil, dear. And Becca steps forward, kind of holstering up her shield resolutely, and kind of cautiously starts to kind of step towards the nearest golem.
Oh, they're gonna kill a grandma.
And she's mostly on the defensive. I mean, she's just honestly, like, she's not gonna take a first swing at it. She's, like, holding up her shield and, like, she'll try to, like, counter if it attacks her. But she's giving her best.
It does not look interested in you. Both of them turn their eyes towards Daffodil afterwards.
Yep, I'm the only one here that can get hurt now.
We go back to the top of combat, and it is Ergo's turn. Ergo gets up, and they're just, as they're standing up, they're dusting themselves off, and they're just like, I've had to defend many students from people coming to want revenge, but I've never had to defend myself on a student's behalf. Reggie needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Whose behalf?
That's not gonna pass. Ergo pulls out a potion, and they just chuck it, and it shatters against Reggie, and Reggie disappears. And they hold up another vial, and inside of it is like snow globe-esque with Reggie banging on it from the inside. There. Now where is Edwin? Oh, he's... okay, never mind. We're good. Edwin, you wake up, and like, you did get hit pretty hard twice, but they didn't hurt that bad. It was like... it definitely does not feel like you were at the cusp of death from those two hits. But where you wake up is you actually wake up into that void and gray etched room where you got gear.
If you had to put a number on it, how much HP would you say that Edwin has currently?
I'd say you're at half.
Can I, like, just run back out again?
Yeah. This will all make a lot more sense a little bit later, or you might already be able to make sense of it, but we'll get into that more later. You're just running down, and that's going to be your entire turn as you're, like, waking up, and you're just like, what? And then just sprinting down. Adder, it is your turn.
Hey, what'd you do to Reggie?
Just to put him in here. Holds up a little, like, very snow globe-esque vial. And there's just a really small Reggie in it.
Adder just like, like he's still, Adder's not in danger because he said he wasn't going to be one of the combatants. He has a shield though. He just like leads forward and taps the little glass with his claws like, hi Reggie, you're tiny. How's it feel to be the small one now?
Boss, I will break out and I will free you from these prisons.
Reggie, did you get the letter that I sent you and Avis? The one that said I was fine, and that everyone here's a bunch of nerds?
No. I may have stolen the other master's letters, just in case, and read them over, and I left as soon as I could.
Adder just like, this is of course in Primordial, but Adder fully just like bends over, goes full cousin it, the pile of snakes shakes a little, and he's like, okay, yeah, cool. So, the person you just punched is one of the guards here. This is Daffodil and Becca. Rebecca, Amy, Madeline, Madison for everybody. Every single person. Calling her Becca is disrespect. Trust and believe. And there was an Edwin. Avery's over there. Say hi, Avery. Oh, you're about to get hit. It's fine. Whatever. And... But yeah, I mean, I think for his
So with that, you're sitting there talking to Reggie in a bottle. Do you want to make a investigation check for me?
I do, because I'm actually proficient in investigation. I'm not Edison.
I'm also gonna let you have a perception check because of the fact that you kind of are just chilling on your round.
22.
Nice.
Yeah, with a 22, as you're looking over, you can definitely see that there is like a thin film inside of the glass that like this does seem to be a weird potion of some sorts, and that there's like an ever slight sparkle to Edwin the whole time. And then along with that, another thing you can notice, there is primordial writing all across Edwin and a variety of other languages.
Is this Edwin or Reggie?
Or not.
Okay, I was about to say, what
There
the
is all this writing across Ergo.
Oh.
It's like under the fur.
It's coming out of the fur slightly.
Does it like say anything, or is it just like random lettering? You said perception as well, right? Unnatural 20.
Okay, so you can see that Akai is actually coming into the mud dome.
Yes.
With both those rolls, I would say that you can actually read. It seems more superficial than just the word, but etched into Edwin in at least Primordial reads the word Revenant. Or in Ergo reads the word Revenant. Like, as they're looking down at this green coming out of them, you can tell because of your very wonderful rolls, they are freaking out a lot and they seem to be filled with anger. Like, their fur is just shooting out and it's turning just such dark gray colors. Like, they look like a completely different tabaxi. And with that, we're gonna get to Avery.
Cool. Now, if I recall correctly, last session, I was attacking the same golem that Edwin was prior to it being destroyed.
You destroyed that golem. You finished it off.
So I think I should be in striking range of the one that just took him down. So I'm gonna do that. I should be 10 feet away because I have a reach weapon, so hopefully out of its attack range as well. So I'm gonna hit it with my scythe, and I rolled a 17.
17 hits.
I got 6 damage, and then I run 30 feet away.
Okay. You slice off quite a large chunk of clay that just smatters to the floor and starts to get like reabsorbed into the floor, almost like we're in a little mini ocean. Daffodil, it is your turn.
There's 2 golems in front of me. I'm going to hex one of them using my bonus action.
Okay.
And like, just like the shadow underneath them starts creeping up. And then I'm going to use my action to swing on it.
Okay.
16?
16 hits.
Hey. So that's, max damage for 6 points of damage. And where she swings a tail and leaves scours a groove in the golem, the groove is filled with dripping shadows.
Is this on the uninjured one?
Yes.
Okay. Not a lot of this one falls out when you hit it in the shadows. It almost feels like the shadows like holding it together slightly. It is the monster's turn. Both of them are going to turn to you, Daffodil, and take attacks on you.
Okay.
Does a 12 hit?
No.
Hey!
Guess who is at 13 AC?
The next one's going to go for a
Wow, me
hit.
too.
It's even lower.
Hell
Because
yeah.
I'm not rolling a nat 20 and then a nat 18.
Can
yes.
I quick react counterattack?
To the hexed one?
Yeah.
Sure.
6.
6 will not hit.
Cool.
Nailed it.
With that, it is Becca's turn.
Oh, of course, right. They won't attack me, will they? Well, this doesn't seem particularly sporting, but I suppose on guard, sir. I'm attempting to practice my combat on you. Please, she just looks really awkward about like trying to attack it at all because it's just ignoring her. But she she kind of braces herself and then takes a good hearty swing. Like she's more worried about like not hitting Daffodil than she is about hitting the golem, but she still kind of like closes her eyes at the last second.
Oh!
Oh yeah, Becca.
It's definitely a hit. What are you hitting it with again?
I think she had a longsword.
Oh yeah. So go ahead and roll that damage.
Awesome. Is that a 1d8?
Yes, it's 1d8
Yes.
because you're one-handing it.
Hell yeah, Becca critting.
Yes, that makes sense.
So 7 plus 5.
There
12.
we go. Thank you for somebody for remembering how to.
You're welcome.
That monster is looking like it's on death's door, and then there is the other one that has been hexed.
Dibs.
No. I got dibs on this one.
And then it's Ergo's turn. And Ergo looks over at you all handling it. They seem to perk up one of their ears. They look at you, Adder, who is kind of like there's like writing all over. And they disappear in a spout of lightning.
Huh.
Can I get my friend? What? Kidnapping?
They did not give you your friend. Edwin's turn. Edwin, you just get down into the mud stadium.
Okay, Edwin gets back. Both Ergo and Richie are gone.
Oh, Edmund, darling, there you are. Are you quite all right?
Your siblings on drugs.
Yeah, I'm great actually. What? Huh?
Also, your sibling
Okay.
just disappeared.
What?
Oh yeah, also that.
Man.
Drugs also disappeared.
What happened to the guy who attacked them?
What, Reggie?
I think it became very, very small.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just temporary.
Is he here?
your sibling gonna
Is he
eat
small? Can I
Reggie?
see him? I don't think so.
That's not a no, Edwin.
I guess for now, Edwin is, at first he's obviously just taking in like, oh, the situation has changed. But at the end of the day, he's probably just going to start going after those clay guys again. Because that's all there really is to do for now. I guess. Although,
Revenge.
can he make it to them?
You can make it to... Yeah, sure. We'll say the one that's already pretty hurt is in between Daffodil and the exit.
Fantastic. Edwin did not hear anyone call dibs on this kill, so he is going to attack. And this will just be a regular boy strike with my rapier. It's an
Okay.
18.
18 does hit.
Fantastic. That will do 8 points of damage.
Yeah, so this one that already had like a scythe wound on it that had dropped a bit of a clay, a long sword just cut, like it was like bisected, it was like nearly falling in half, and you just finish the slice until it completely falls in half.
No, Edwin, just for flavor, does a little pop off for himself. He's like, yeah, got it.
Alright, Avery,
Avery
it's your turn.
Avery looks very slightly displeased at this kill steal, but does not say anything. And, well, I guess they run into the other golem, and they start slashing. They run up, they do a fancy little spin of their scythe, and they roll a 7 to hit.
Not gonna hit.
Cool. Well, Avery misses, and that's it. They're like, oh, damn. Okay. And that's the end of their turn.
The scythe's just a little bit shorter than you would have liked. Daffodil, it is your turn.
Okay.
Should have imported my own home site.
I can do a cantrip and a spell in one turn, right?
I mean, it depends on their
You
actions,
have
yeah.
2 actions.
Yeah, well, one of them's a bonus action.
And also, like, we don't
okay,
care about
yeah.
if you use 2 spells in one turn as long as it's under the energy amount.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, like, Go off.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast just not Shadow Orb, just Shadow Ball. I'm trying to find my cantrip list.
Okay.
19 to hit.
Easily.
2 points of damage.
Alright.
And then I am going to cast, when it also leaves a shadow, I'm gonna cast, where did it go? Unleash, yeah.
Okay.
Which is 2d8.
Go ahead.
So Daffodil kind of
Dang.
like swings another ball, noticeably smaller, that kind of splats on this golem and leaves another shadow. And then she just kind of clenches her paw, and both of the shadows spike out of the golem, doing 10 more points of damage.
This golem shatters.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
Wild
goodness.
magic.
Twice.
Oh god. Okay, and it's what? 4 and 5 for these. Whew, okay. Damn it. Close. I wanted to make a new. I don't know. Wild magic is gonna be fun.
I would also like Avery, Edwin, and Daffodil to all roll me a d12.
Oh, I did it in the wrong chat, but I got a 10.
2.
Okay. So with a 10, there is a little mud circle stamped into the ground that's like a little tiny sigil that you can pick up off of the ground off of your kill. And the one you have has a box, and then inside of that box is another box on the sigil. With a 2,
Eli.
you got one of those sigils that just has lines going in towards the center. Edwin, with a 5, you got a sigil that just has an arrow going down in the center. Or up, or left, or right. You know.
A sigil with an arrow in a direction.
With that, as combat's coming to an end here, Akai starts to walk into the room.
Edward's sibling kidnapped my butler.
Okay, well, your butler kind of assaulted
Oh,
them.
come on, they deserve it.
Oh,
Look at
lovely.
their face.
What? For existing?
Huh.
What can we do for you?
I'm just
Hey,
here.
where's my sibling? By the way.
Where's my butler?
They're probably headed off to the library. I'd
Is there
guess.
prison there?
No,
Oh.
I just know that Ergo likes to hang out in the back of the library a lot. You would be best waiting for them at like the teacher's lounge or something if you did want to see them.
Yeah, less concerned about them,
I'm
actually.
just, like...
I'm gonna go full disclosure and say not at all about them. They're, like, on something right now. More concerned about Reggie.
Well, I wish you
So-
luck on retrieving Reggie. I was just told to come to this area because there was apparently not enough teachers and somebody caught fire and there was its own whole ordeal.
Somebody caught
So I've
fire.
been told to come over
Fire?
here.
Well, yes, we
Yeah.
are rather
I saw somebody
unsupervised at the moment.
catch fire earlier. But that was in the store.
Yep, alright, that's why I'm over here. I'm glad to hear that it was handled well.
He absolutely did not hear that.
It was
Yeah, nobody said that.
Akai is just willing to assume.
Okay, well, do you all need anything, or am I just gonna continue to roam and wait for weird magic stuff to happen elsewhere?
Well, I mean, are we expected to continue our training, or...?
If you want.
What do we do with these? And Avery shows the sigil.
To a blind woman?
Fine.
Magic? Maybe she can sense the magic.
She's got trimmer sense.
Those are sigils. You push them into the ground and they have an effect.
Is there a way to know the effects before we use them?
What's yours look like?
Got a box inside a box.
Probably a room.
Like anywhere or just here?
They mostly just work here.
Oh.
You might be able to... I didn't say this, but you might be able to finagle them elsewhere with a little bit of changes to them. But that's not my... Well, kind of is, but not my department, I'll say.
I didn't hear it from you.
I didn't hear
Don't
it at
worry.
all.
So, should we go
I'm
somewhere?
gonna go to the
Or
library
should
and
we
get
wait
my
here
friend back for being kidnapped. Y'all can keep playing.
Yeah, I'm probably also gonna go at least try to find, cause like Ergo was like,
Oh, it's
like,
Ergo.
like leading us on this.
They looked
I don't know,
a little
but, like-
sad, little hurt.
What's I don't know. Like
Yes, it seems irresponsible to continue unsupervised.
kind of weird.
Irresponsible.
All right, well, have fun. I'm going to go elsewhere.
Nice
then.
to be in your presence again, Akai. Have a good day.
Cool.
Adder's booking it to the
Man,
library.
I was having fun. I guess we should go check in on our teacher or whatever.
Yeah, I guess. I don't have anything else to do, so I guess I'll join you.
Becca does look down at her sword and shield with like a slight aside look of like disappointment.
You
Can
gotta
I
go
keep the
hit it.
scythe?
Oh, thank you. Lucky strike, I suppose. You as well. That was very dramatic with the whole explosion.
Oh yeah, I'm loving the new powers. I'm not quite sure yet how I'll use them for like not killing stuff, but I'm sure we'll get there.
A shadow type that doesn't want to kill stuff doesn't exist.
I'm sure.
Yeah, very cool magic. Can I keep the scythe, do you think?
Is
Should I
Akai like
return?
already gone?
Kai's totally like walked away.
Yeah, I'm not addressing the guy, I'm addressing my peers.
I imagine it's a sort of a full rant as needed situation.
But like it looks so cool.
I don't see why you couldn't just
Yeah, the
keep like they didn't. Nobody
equipment
told
we
you
have-
you had to give it.
Yeah, the little skull at the bottom.
scythes we have back home are cooler and better, but I mean, you know,
Do they have the little
still
skull?
feels nice to have. No, I think the skull is really tacky, honestly, but you know.
All right, teach their own. Some of us are wrong.
Some people have no taste.
Some
Whatever.
people
It's
have-
okay, Avery, you stupid idiot.
I guess this doesn't really go with your whole like sweater situation.
Yeah, I can't say that I'm really the gloom and doom Avenger of Darkness type, so I don't know if the skull really works well with
Well,
my
yes,
look.
I associate size with the harvest and bread myself, not death.
Imagine.
I mean, my people associate scythes with a lot of things. Of course, there's the farming and connotations, but there's also like it's hard to get in. It's the cultivation of a lot of things that the scythes represent in my home. So it's why my people use them as weapons.
Oh, how fancy.
It's kind of a symbolic
Would you
thing.
use a bread scythe if it like it instead of have a skull on it, if it had a bread on it?
That's
Would you-
more symbol of like a baguette, for say.
Yeah,
What?
because if you
We're
didn't,
just asking. Would
you
you beat
didn't
someone
want
to
the
death with a
skull, but-
baguette?
It would have to be a very stale baguette.
No, it wouldn't.
Sharp too.
Wait, so is the question if I would use a bread scythe or if I would use bread as a weapon? I'm not clear
I think
anymore.
both.
Yeah, both. Would you murder someone with bread?
If I had to, yeah. If I had a choice between the bread scythe and a different scythe, I would probably choose a
Weak.
different scythe. But I mean, you know.
So,
Thank you, Adder.
as y'all are getting
Stop.
to the library, there is the very ecstatic and happy and kind goblin there with her trademark frown. And also reaching in, pulling out skeletal arms to like reach in and pull out books. She turns over and, hello.
Those hands are horrifying. I love them.
Hey,
Have you seen a
Yes.
freaked out
did you see?
somebody who looks like this and points to Edwin?
We're looking for Ergo.
Oh,
Well, just like what- they look pretty different. Like they got different patterns and everything.
Yeah, frothing at the
both
mouth,
tabaxi?
sort of hunched over.
You know, I'm pretty sure the staff here probably know who
Oh, it's
Ergo
Ergo.
is, considering they hang out here.
Look,
my God.
I refuse to believe your memory is that bad.
Oh.
How dismissive of you, Daffodil. That hurts me.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, they were carrying my friend in a bottle, so I'd like to get my friend back and also potentially out of a bottle.
Cool. And no, they're not here.
You
Why
haven't
would
seen
you
them?
think they'd be at the library?
Well, Akai said that they like to
Kai
go to the
said
back
so.
of the library.
Perhaps we should try the teacher's lounge.
Oh, right.
That
Where's
was
the
the
teacher?
thing. was mentioned.
I forgot that's.
Question. In Adder's...
Are we allowed in
In
the
Adder's
teacher's lounge?
scrunging about the school to look for Sue's, because I do have the Outlander background that just, like, lets me know where places are once I've popped my head in. Do I know where the teacher's lounge is, or do we have to ask for that?
Yeah.
Do I believe that goblin?
Go ahead and roll an insight check. Yeah, you know where the dorms are. They're like at like the northeastern end. They're kind of closer to like one of the stadium entrances. That goblin seemed, the way she like winced slightly when you're like, "Hey, where is Ergo?" and then like said that they'd be at the back of the library. They're very much, you can see across the library and there's no Ergo, and they're just kind of like eyeing you guys kind of suspiciously.
Oh, did they not? Spooky secrets? Oh.
It's just our teacher.
I know where the teacher's lounge is. Follow me.
Secrets in the chat.
Just starts running.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we're allowed in there, but okay.
You know, easier to ask
Well,
forgiveness
what
than
else do you
permission
want
a
us
lot
to
of the time.
do?
All right, you guys go ahead. I'm gonna check it out here a little bit more.
Okay.
I would stay, but I simply cannot. I have far too many books to read already.
Oh, it's a library. We can check out. I'll be back.
And Edwin's going to follow Adder to the teacher's lounge.
So the small goblin, she looks over at you as you're like looking around the library.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Look, I mean, we got their little brother in our group with us. I just really wanted to make sure they weren't here. They look kind of like beat up and like they got knocked off of like a really tall place. And I know Ader's like a little bit he's a little upset, I think, that they captured his butler, but to be fair to them, the butler did punch them off of like a tall thing. I just wanted to make sure they were like okay.
They're going to be fine. If you want to wait for them, you can wait outside.
I've never been in the library. Is it like not a reading place?
It's a wonderful reading place, but right now it has different uses.
Alright, like as long as they'll be fine. I don't really have a reason to stick around.
Wonderful. Then you don't need to.
Okay.
Yo, what's this librarian's problem?
Do you want to roll me an investigation or perception check?
Sure. I'll do a little investigating. 19?
Okay, so you've been here for a month.
Yeah.
You've never been in the tower that's behind the library.
Wonder if that's where Ergo chills.
Along with that, you've definitely had days where you've seen a lot more people go into the library than come out.
I'll take a note of that. Daffodil will kind of look up and down and be like, alright. And then she's gonna go back to their dorm.
Okay. You all go to the teacher's lounge.
Yes.
There is a few teachers there. Like, there's one of the janitors.
Where's Ergo?
Not Phil. I don't know.
You remember
Is there a
the name
table
this
in the
time.
teacher's lounge?
There's a few tables.
Great.
There's a few chairs.
wants
There's
to
a few
flip
personalized areas. Okay. You go over. You flip a table. The Goliath with a mop on his head.
The
Walks over, picks it up, and pushes it.
Is this the previous janitor that ex-principal Phil replaced, or is this?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
They're a team now, right? It's not a place.
Hey, stop it. It's hard work keeping this place clean.
Oh, is it?
Oh goodness, Ada, That is not the way to resolve the situation.
Hey, Rebecca, Amy,
as I
Madeline,
told us to-
Madison, we all process things in different ways, right? So here I am, wondering where a psychoed out version of Edwin, if they had a little bit less self-control, is existing with a dear darling friend of mine, and I would like answers that they're not being provided. So what are your options, Rebecca, Amy, Madeline, Madison? Where do we start?
Well, I think a more diplomatic investigation would be preferable, certainly.
Unbroken eye contact
we were-
with Becca flips another table.
I had a.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Happily.
Adder.
You're in a room full of
Throwing
teachers.
tables around isn't going to find your butler any faster. The only thing that's going to accomplish is pissing
Good,
everyone
and they'll
off.
be at the same level I am.
Which I'm sure you might want to do, but it might, hamper the investigation process.
Yes, there is no justice in taking your anger out on people who are unrelated to the matter.
That is totally.
Now, maybe one of us can wait. Maybe one of us can wait here to see if they show up, as we were told they would. And Ada, since you are a bit
19.
restless at the moment, perhaps you and I should wander down to an infirmary and see if Ergo and your butler are still there.
There is ice that comes out of the ground, and you quickly jump out of the way of it when you try and flip another table.
Assaulting a child. How could you? And Adder leaves. If they're not here, he wants to find where Ergo went.
Adder, wait. Okay.
Perhaps
Agree.
one of us should remain in
Hurries
case
after.
they do show up.
I see the logic, but I would really prefer to have someone with me to help me.
Yes, no,
Adder.
I agree. No, he should not be left unsupervised.
I think both of us need to be with Adder because he's very large and angry.
Edwin, do you mind, dear?
Oh man.
Edwin, if you think you can handle Adder, I'll stay here.
Yeah, I really would rather go. I really want to find them.
All right, you go. I'll stay here. I'll help the janitor clean up the room as well.
And before we go to any of you know where they might be if they're not here, Edwin just asks to like the room. I'm kind of worried. Like they just
Nothing
disappear.
to worry about. They're a teacher. They'll be fine.
I'm sure they're fine, Edwin.
Yeah, the teacher will be
Avery,
fine.
thank you so much, dear. I'll her back. Becca's hustled off after Adder because she doesn't want to let him get out of sight.
Adder, roll me a perception check.
Percepty Wepty. Oh, that's wisdom. Yikes. We're fine. That's a 5.
Where do you head next?
I think I go to Sue. Because if Ergo is able to trap Reggie in a potion bottle... Because in Adder's mind... Well, Adder's smart. I should have done an insight check on that stupid librarian now that I think about it. No, it's fine. I think he's going to go to Sue because trapping somebody in a bottle with all of the writing all over them, that seems curse adjacent. So he's going to go to Sue.
Okay, you go to the blacksmith shop, to which you find Sue, who is hammering down on a plate of steel that is about 3 times the size of you.
Nice.
And Becca, Edwin caught up, right?
Yeah, so Adder's going to walk in and be like, "Hello, Miss Sue, I hope your day is going well. I've been up looking for Ergo. Have you seen them? They kidnapped one of my friends."
Ah, Megan, Emma, what you need to find him for? Your friend?
Yeah!
Who needs him?
Who? I need to find them for my friend, yeah. I'm less concerned about them. Edwin is, but I think Edwin's a little slower than... Wow, Rebecca, Amy, Madeline, Madison, you really can't kick it up in those heels. Good for you. Yeah.
Yes, you have very long legs, Ada, dear. If you
Just
you
easy.
slow down just a little bit.
Yeah, so if you know anything about... Well, mostly because they were covered in all kinds of runes, and they trapped my friend in a bottle, and also... Akai said they'd be in the back of the library, but the librarian said they weren't there, so we're trying to just figure out that whole situation ASAP. I was going to go to the library and read up on curses, but I just figured I'd ask you.
no better place. Alright. I didn't want to have to do this so early.
Oh,
Come with me.
Okay.
yes. Forbidden secrets. Yeah, Adder just follows.
So, as you're walking along, Sue picks up the huge plate of metal and starts just folding it with her hands
Yes.
instead of hitting it with a hammer, and it turns into like a giant bowl.
We're gonna make a tracking curse.
Oh. Why? Who you tracking?
Your friend.
Hey, we love to see it. So, wait.
Oh, thank you ever so
You got
much.
something that resembles them.
Adder is going to pull out a a miniature that he painted of Reggie. Like, very well done, very well shaded, very well crafted. He just carries it around with him, and one for Avis, the two people who like ground him when he's in this prison. And he's be like, we could use this, but if you could do this without breaking it or consuming it, it's fine. I can make another. It's fine. Here. And he hands it.
Can I take one of its fingers?
Great. That's fine.
Alright.
She snaps off one of the small rock golem fingers, and she throws it in. While she starts adding an abundance of stuff, like pepper, salt, water, broth, coal,
This is my kind of magic.
Soup.
a little bit of spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
As this happens, Avery, you are
Yeah.
the first one to find Ergo.
Oh,
Ergo
Ergo,
comes back in the meantime to the teacher's office and comes inside. They seem a little bit more themselves. There's none of those green markings on them anymore.
Ariel, we've been looking everywhere for you, and I think Adder is very displeased that you disappeared with his butler.
That's okay. What? What? Yes, Sorry, before I can get to things like that, I need to check on. And they go over to a certain countertop, and it is utterly full with stacks of paper, and their eyes like drop a bit when they look at it, and they start going through drawers and pulling things out and just like looking all around it. All right, let's go find them then.
I don't know where they went. I know where Daffodil is. Daffodil's in the library, but I don't know where Adder went. Where is Reggie?
Reggie's just, they open up one of their, like, they have like a vest with pockets on it that are like hanging along the side, and they have a few bags along their side, and they just open up one of their small satchels, and they pull out a vial that has Reggie in it. Right here.
Oh, okay. Phew. I was just worried because Adder was not happy.
Yes.
Um,
We had a
So,
nice
yeah, I
little
don't-
talk, Reggie and I.
yeah? What kind of talk?
So, do you want to hear a little news about this school?
I would love to.
Well, you all don't have control over your magic, and that's fine. You have some people that are a little more explosive, but a little easier to teach. And so those typically only end up being first years, and then they leave. And then you got the ones who have a little bit more complicated issues that have caused a little bit more mayhem in their time. And typically, a lot of those people have a bounty on their heads, like you, my good friend. And
Huh?
because of that, I'm here to protect you. I'm here to keep you safe, to make sure that no one comes to kill you, because it is not your fault that your powers didn't work.
Wait, me specifically?
And now, I realize that for trying to help, I have people that want my head, So, with some other stressors in my life, it's been a bit much. But let's go. And there are people
Okay.
that might attack you.
Wait, back up. So when we're talking about protecting and people attacking, are we talking about all the students or me?
All of the students.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there are
In
some
that
people
case-
that are probably fine, and we don't have any connections to find that there is interest on them. And then we have some that, well, their awakening caused a great deal of suffering. And it is my job to keep them safe, because they don't deserve the pain that would be brought to them otherwise.
Right.
Sorry if I'm a
well-
little bit frantic. I have found out that my workload has quadrupled.
Well, let's go find Adder.
Alright, I have an idea of where they're at. I rolled a perception check for them as they were on their way, and they rolled really well.
Just follow the trail of completely crushed bushes that Adder just stomped right through. Straight line.
Yeah. Adder, you have a noodle.
Yeah.
You got a noodle from Sue. It floats in the air, and it just starts guiding you.
Just like wiggle in a direction.
No, it wiggles and flies, like it just
Yeah.
headed towards Reggie.
Good, great. Thank you so much, Sue.
You trust it?
You. This is so
Trust the noodle.
Sue, thank you so much. As always, you're a gift. Cannot wait to get back into curses. I'm gonna be right back. And Adder starts running again. Get your cardio in, Rebecca, Amy, Madeline, Madison.
Oh,
You run out, and about halfway back to the teacher's lounge, you already see Ergo and Avery walking together.
Does Ergo look still coked out
Oh,
to
there
any
they are.
degree?
No, they look perfectly normal. I mean, their fur, their like brown parts of their fur are still like a little bit more gray than typical, but yeah, they look pretty normal in comparison.
Cool, okay. So are you like the Revenant, or is it part of a spell that channels the Revenant? Also, where's Reggie? Can I have Reggie?
You can't have a Reggie. And it's just a little thing, but that's okay. I'm working on it.
Everyone's gonna like sort of just run up like, Ergo, what where did you go? What, weren't you supposed to be like watching us? What's up with that?
I knew Akai was coming, and I saw that you all were doing fine. I knew that you couldn't come to real harm in the area. I had seen
Also-
Kai on the walk-in. and so-
Adder's saying stuff about like runes and frothing at the mouth. What's up
Yeah.
with that?
I was not frothing at the mouth. I only just had a slight fur color change, and the runes, that is true. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it, but I'm only telling you.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I want to know what's going on, but yeah, if you're not like comfortable with that, like,
I'll tell you, but I won't tell any of the other people here. So if you want to go for a walk with me, then we can.
yeah, but like, oh man,
I should probably let someone in the family know. It's probably weird when you have a sibling who is okay at magic at best, and then they start working for a school who is renowned for having top of the line magicians. I mean, I was no slouch, but you see me here now, and yeah, we'll have a talk.
yeah, okay.
Adder,
Mm-hmm.
I will get Reggie back to you soon. I'm just showing him what I do.
Noted.
I'm not going to hurt Reggie or send Reggie back to the elemental plane of Earth.
I'm gonna have Adder roll an insight check. That's a 17.
Yeah, no. Ergo's going to kill Reggie as soon as you turn... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, they seem very true to their word. If anything else, it seems like there's other things weighing on them, and that Reggie is just a little bird in the background.
Reggie
Not
literally is
important
just just saying tweet from their pocket. Hey, tweet.
Tweet, master. It's Morse code.
Adder wanted Reggie back. He's not getting Reggie back. He's gonna go back to the dorm. He's got machinations.
Daffodil's just been working on some duels.
So, Edwin, you were walking along with Ergo, and the sun is getting kind of low to the sky, where the sky is actually starting to get painted with blues running into the oranges at the end. And it's almost like you look up and you can see like a few stars and not very many clouds as they are walking along towards the outskirt of Sil. And they eventually find a rock and they jump on top of it and sit down. It's a fairly sizable rock, and then they look down at you. All right, are you ready for this chat?
Ready as I'll ever be, I guess. What's... Like, is something, like, the matter? What's going on?
I didn't plan for this to come out anytime soon, but when I was a few years back, I was going along on an adventure, and I was looking for stuff. I was reading a lot, and I was looking for some new supplies to make some potions, to try things out. And well, on my adventure, when I was traveling along the edge of Kasi Desert, I eventually had found myself a ravine that I'd been traveling into. It looked like it had some sort of infection in it. I should have left, but I didn't. I started to come into contact with these strange scales along the ground. And I heard crashing all around me. And everything went black. When I woke up, I was not the same. I looked what I did earlier, and it seems for the ground I had treaded on, I had received something in kind of the same power. I'm not fully alive, and as far as I know, this is a countdown that I'm trying to prevent. When I woke up there, I had found Vix. She'd offered me a job at the school, and soon enough, they gave me one summer break to prepare. And in that time, I learned faster and became stronger than I had ever come even close to. And for now, I am just trying to fix that.
You said a countdown? Are you gonna, like... Are you going to, like, die for real? Like...
I hope not. But, do you know what a Revenant is?
Not really, no.
They're a creature that has been killed and has awoken to get revenge on their murderer. I have Revenant etched in every language across my body. I don't know who killed me, though. I don't know any which of what happened. And I don't know whether I fix this or whether I don't have any of the desires of a revenant. I don't want to hunt. I don't want to find someone. I'm not looking for that. I don't have the desire. But something has marked me as that, and I don't know whether I am actually living still. And so, if I do disappear one day, if I just stop moving, then that might be what's happened.
Is there any way to, like, prevent that?
Phil's already tried to lift the curse on me. It didn't work. Which is why I'm working on things. I've been working on learning to nullify magic to see if maybe that would help, but I'm not there yet. I just wanted to tell you because I'd feel a lot worse if I disappeared and the family never got to know what came of me.
Edwin doesn't really know what to say, you know? He's just sort of like... Or if there really is anything for him to say, he's just kind of like... almost wallowing a bit, like... This is messed up. This is wild. And there's nothing that he, like, knows or thinks that he can do about it either. So he's just kind of like, man, this bites, you know?
Ergo starts to walk closer to you and goes, before the last month or so, I really thought that I was going to have this handled with ease, and that it wasn't going to be taxing me so much. Edwin, I love you, and I love our family so much. I'm not giving up, and I am going to find a way out of this. But that is what's going on.
Edwin's, I don't think, going to say anything, but he's going to, like, sort of just like give him a tight hug and just like you know, get his face in there. He's upset. Yeah. He's sad.
They're ever so slightly cold to the touch.
Horrible.
And their fur doesn't feel quite right, but they tightly clutch you back. We have one more thing to go to as this day's coming to an end. So with that, you all come to the end of your day, and as you go to sleep, Daffodil, you start to have a weird dream. Avery, roll me a perception check.
Oh no! Oh, what's my perception? It's okay. Okay, let's see here. 16.
You're safe.
That's something you can say.
Okay, so Daffodil, you have a strange dream tonight. Yay! As you fall asleep, there's about 10 minutes of darkness, it feels like, where you're just sitting there in darkness, unmoving. And it is very reminiscent of, like, sleep paralysis. And then it almost feels like you open your eyes, and there is a little skull off in the distance. The skull starts to spin slightly, and after its first full spin, you see that it has a belt, and that this is just the front of this belt. Along with that, you start to watch as there are people that are walking around this belt, and they all put their hand on it.
A belt?
Yes,
They're all
the
touching
belt with the
belt?
skull. And it almost looks like it has like a steel ring for its belt instead of leather. And they all put their hand on it, and then they stop moving. They are still to the point of actually noticeable. Like, it feels odd how still they are. Like somebody just paused the world ahead of you. And then you watch as their skin disappears and everything except for their skeletons. And there is just skeletons underneath, and they're all holding it. And then you watch as these shadows start to be pulled out of these skeletons, and all the skeletons go to the floor.
Normal.
And as your dream is starting to come to an end, you can like start to feel yourself waking up. You hear, "Hello, this is your ex-principal talking. You and I need to have a chat." And with that, you wake up, and it is going to be the end of our session. You can all hit stop recording. Hello. My name is Phil. I am what the other 8 call the Oracle. I heard a group of students was going to Camus for their next mission. Well, heard is a really strong word for thought it up in a dream that started to happen. You know how it goes. Now, Camus is a fun town. I hope that they enjoy, full of dead people. It's really hard to forget, though, and, not have memories dredge up, since every year, about year or so, those said dead people come back for a day and get a visit with their loved ones and all that. It's really hard on me, because I left a best friend there, or not best, but he's my best friend. Also, when people die there, it's a little bit weird because, their bodies, their skeletons don't have the crystal of their elemental type in them anymore. Which, usually isn't there when you're alive, but when you die it appears. I'm not sure about the logistics behind it, but maybe that crystal is disappearing to pay for something. Who knows? Speaking of ulterior motives, I'm a little bit worried about their guardian teacher, whatever they're called, that is going there to look after them. I feel like they have ulterior motives for the area, and that worries me. Which is a shame, because I really want them all to come back. I've really taken to one of them and can't wait to teach them my tricks one day.